Have you ever been at the end of a closing call, you're about to close a deal, and all of a sudden you hear either, can I speak with one of your successful clients first and then I will decide? Or if you have a service where you get a coach assigned or a client success manager assigned, they say something along the lines of, can I know and speak with who's going to be my coach first and then I will decide? If you've had these situations and you don't know how to handle those, this training is for you. Let's get into it. What do you got?
All right. In the past 6 months, I heard this objection 2 times, and 2 times the reason why the client didn't close. So I wanted to ask it because I had it again yesterday. So we have a coaching program with in total around, let's say, 40 coaches for ecom. So yeah, and people get matched to a coach after the onboarding. And I got the objection twice in the last 6 months that people wanted to know their coach before they start the program. And what I did yesterday was I tried to figure out what was behind that, and I discovered that he had multiple calls in the past with other coaches and everything. And today I called him back, like just a phone call, and like came with like the game plan, like, all right, what we can do, because he wanted in writing that he could cancel after 1 month. So of course we don't do that. So I told him like what we can do. I can make an exception is that we put in writing that you can change your coach if you don't like it after 1 month. And then he just also said, no, then I don't do it, man. Like, how would you go with that?
That's awesome. So, okay, let me just understand. So you said, what we can do is we can put in the contract something that allows you to solve the issue and you still don't want to move forward.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. And I asked him about his level of commitment to the coaching program and if we trust us 100%. And he said, yeah, I trust you 100%. I'm 100% committed, but it's just, I don't want to be assigned with a random coach that I don't know. But when I buy like Samuel's coaching program, and then I was like, all right, then don't do it, man. So, and I tried to push it away, but I was confused.
Yeah. Oh man, like these analyticals, like those are analyticals. They need to know all the answers to all these steps before they take step number one. You know, I know it can be frustrated, but as a sales professional, you don't have the right to just get affected emotionally. Never, under any circumstance, you have to be like an oak tree, always. You know? And I know that's easier said than done, but that's rule number one, right? It's just a broken decision-making process. It's just a broken perspective. It's a broken way of thinking, right? So you did very well probing behind, understand, cool, yeah, totally get that. But I guess like, what's behind that? How did you come up to that conclusion? How did you come up with that question? What happened? Oh yeah, I've had bad experiences in the past. That's what he told you, right? It's like, yeah, because in the past I did this, I did that, and it wasn't a good experience. It's just literally under the category of I had bad experiences in the past. Yes or no?
Yeah.
You know how to handle that. There's a lot of analogies about that.
Mm-hmm.
You just go and you just handle that. Yeah, sure, totally get you. So basically what you mean is that you had bad experience in the past with a coach and because
not
of that,
with the coach, only with the closers, because he have never done a coaching program. So like he started also the meeting with me with like, yeah, I'm always very skeptical. So I thought that I handled that objection in the beginning of the meeting, but then at the end it came back. So it was not that he had tried other coaching programs in the past, but more like he wanted to be 100% sure with who he's going to be and who was going to be the coach.
So then it was, I've never done a coaching program before. So therefore I have this objection, right? Okay, so then that is fear of the unknown. Yeah. That is fear of the unknown. Potentially is just trying to be certain about the future. It's just, there's 5 uncertainties, right? Is you are causing me uncertainty. It's myself. I am uncertain about myself. Is my past, is my future, or is my circumstances, my present circumstances? So in this case, it could be the future one. It's like, I cannot be certain about the future. I cannot be certain right now. And until I'm not certain about the future, I will never be able to be certain today. And I will never be able to make a decision today.
And that's exactly what I asked him. And then he said, and then he came like, and I was like, all right, what is missing to be 100% sure about this step and about the future? Then he was like, yeah, you can put it in writing. That's the only way that I'm going with this. It's like a way out. And then I was like, all right, you know what, we don't.
Yeah, but that is a smoke screen. Like putting it in writing is not a smoke screen. I would say, how do you mean putting it in writing? Like, how would that guarantee anything? Do you know what I mean? We can put it in writing. That's no problem. But I just don't think that's what's actually going to solve your problem. Can I make a suggestion here? Yes. Are you trying to be fully certain about the future? Are you trying to just be clear about the next things that are going to happen and have full certainty, expecting that will give you the confidence or the certainty to make a confident decision? Is that what's happening? Yes. Okay, cool. That's a concern to me. Can I share with you why? Yeah, sure. Because nobody can be certain about the future. The future is by nature uncertainty. If you're always waiting for the future to be certain, do you feel you will ever make a decision in your life?
That's a very good one.
That's it, So just understanding where the uncertainty is coming from is the exact same uncertainty that comes when someone asks a guarantee. When they go, oh, well, like I have to be sure that this is going to work 100%. If you don't have a guarantee written that I'm going to get my results, then I don't see this working for me. Okay, cool. So are you trying to mitigate 100% of the risk? Is that sort of like, where's that coming from? Yes. And is that always how you make decisions? Yes. Okay, that's a concern to me. Can I share with you why? Because there's nothing 100% guarantee in life other than that and taxes. So if you're always looking to make a decision based on 100% risk mitigation, do you feel that you'll ever be able to make a decision? There's nothing guaranteed. Well, if I buy a car, I see the car here. Yeah, but what guarantees you that that car is going to last you for at least 10 years? You can have a car accident. There's nothing guaranteed.
No.
So it's not about guarantees. It's about odds. It's about what puts you in the best position possible. The most likely outcome is what you want. That is the more realistic point of view. Would you agree? No, I don't agree. Okay, so this is like, if you don't agree, it's like I cannot help you. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not open to seeing things from a different perspective, then I'm not your guy. But if they say, no, yeah, that makes sense. So now when we take a look at the odds that you have right now on your own with what you've been doing for the last 6 months and the odds that you would get in this environment with our team, with all the case studies, like which one gives you less odds, less chances of success? Yeah, just going on my own. Cool. And are you willing to allow that pathway, that way of thinking to just keep being the one leading your life? No, why not? So what do you feel needs to happen? How your mindset and your perspective needs to change so that you can put yourself in the best position, right? I would have to put myself in a place where, I have more chances of success. Cool. And are you willing to do that? Like, is that something that you want to do? And it's blah, 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 right? I mean, like, how to do this. Like, you have the tools, you have the language. And of course, there's always things that you can improve. But a lot of the times, it's not that you don't have the skill to handle the conversation. A lot of times, like in more advanced levels, the work that we do is just fixing misdiagnosis. Like, I thought it was this, but it was that. Now I see that, and then the next time it happens, now you can just sort of like properly assess what was the uncertainty, and then you use the right tool to handle that. And that doesn't guarantee you that the person is going to go through the hoop. No, but what is going to guarantee you is that you're getting better at the process and you're refining your process. And out of 5 times with 5 different people that this happens and you do an accurate reading, maybe you close 1 out of 5, when an average closer or an amateur closer, there's no chance they can even see that circumstance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah, difficult situations. So sometimes it just feels that you're like talking to a wall or something when somebody has like put their guard up and it's like, all right, I need this in writing, otherwise I don't do anything. Like, yeah,
and that's why the discovery is so important, because if you build enough leverage and you have all this ammunition, all of that doesn't matter. All of that sort of like crumbles, by itself if you just do strong discovery, like strong discovery. And of course, you can do strong discovery and you can still have people with a broken decision making, sort of like stubborn people, And when you see that they're like, no, this, you just tell them this. Just literally tell them, hey, can I say something? Hey, time out. Like, I'm seeing something that's concerning to me. Can I share that with you? Yeah, sure. Like, that way of thinking, have you ever considered that way of thinking, that perspective has led you to be where you are right now? Have you ever thought about that? Oh, how do you mean? Yeah, have you ever thought about that the reason that you are where you're at is because you think that way, right? Just sort of like zoom out. Let's just zoom out a moment. Like, what is that way of thinking doing to you? How is that way of thinking helping you get to your goals? Oh, I never thought about that. Could be the case that way of thinking is acting as an invisible bar that's preventing you from putting yourself in the best position to succeed. And you just point at the way of thinking. Because if you always take some time to make decisions, if you always think about it and you are where you are right now, what result is that giving you? You're still working in the kitchen, you're still working 40 hours. Like, is that helping you in any way? No. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's sort of like, and you sort of attack the way of thinking. You attack the way of thinking, not attack it. Like, hey, like, do you feel genuinely that this way of thinking is just helping you, empowering you, just doing you any good? No, actually, this way of thinking is keeping you in the life that you have. This way of thinking is contributing to the results you have, which is this that you don't like. No, this pain. Would it make sense to just keep holding on to that way of thinking if you want these results? No, well, I don't know. That's how I've always done things. Yeah, and that's why you are where you're at. Because if you always make decisions based on where you're at, that's where you always be. Do you feel that if you want to be in a different place, you have to make decisions based on where you're at or the person you want to become? What do you feel? You know what I mean? What is the 2.0 version of you? Like, what are the character traits? And you start attacking that perspective, because the perspective is the thing that's sort of like getting in the way. You change or unlock or fix the way of thinking, the perspective, you change the life. But not all the times they want to, So yeah, it's not easy, but you're doing good. Like, we just got to keep studying and learning and acting, and each time you will get better and better, and then you will help a lot of people.
Yeah, that's in my opinion one of the most interesting things about closing, that you have to you can know all the things to say, but you need to do it like in the split second on the spot. And then when you tell me this, I guess I think like, wow, I'm so blind when I was so blind when I called him. Yeah, but thanks,
me too, bro. Like, here I have all the time to listen to the situation, to think about, to ask you questions, right? So I also a lot of sometimes I just misdiagnose, or I thought it was something and then I review the call and I see that. That's why it's important to see the tape. Just review the tape and practice. Like Kobe Bryant said, you don't get ready, you stay ready. No, but it was good. It was good. Was that helpful?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Awesome. Good stuff.
All right, that's it for this video. If you found it helpful, drop your main takeaway down in the comments below. And if you have questions that you would like me to cover in next videos, share them in the comment as well. I read all the comments, so I'm looking forward to hear your thoughts.